dodging it. I don't know. And they're like, there's no way that could have happened here.
Yeah, that sounds a little far-fetched.
So then they went back to Grandma, and I guess Grandma said that it was just the guy who was walking around her neighborhood handing out free samples of these granola bars to kids and people all over the neighborhood.
Aw, kids.
So, yeah. So, a funny story turned to this fucker is getting people hooked on Coke by handing out granola bars. And that's just sad.
That's just
kids.
wrong.
Well, kids and old people. Why would you give them to old people?
Well, it sounds like, she somehow managed to get it, but this sounds like something my grandma would totally end up doing, because she always has these random loose, like not a box of granola bars, but one granola bar
right?
from the box, and then she'll be you come over and it's like, are you hungry? Can I get you something? It's like, no,
I've
grandma.
got a granola bar, or
She's like, are you sure?
a
I
Snickers
made
bar.
I made chicken last night. I can make you a chicken sandwich. No, grandma, I'm fine. Honestly, I just ate. Oh, okay. I've also got this, and it's like the list goes on, and then the last ditch. She's like, well, and then she'll start putting snacks out in case you get hungry while you're here.
Right.
And then here comes the basket with like the one granola bar, the one little Almond Joy, and the tiny bag of Cheetos.
Yeah, none of it matches. There's not ever more than one.
No, she didn't go to the store and buy this stuff. I don't know where she got it though, and this is the same thing this lady's probably doing.
My grandmother will absolutely lose her mind if I don't know where she got this from, but if I go over there, if I just stop by unannounced and just to see if they need anything hung or fixed or anything. If I stop by, my grandma does not have a cold Dr. Pepper in the fridge. She will just lose her mind.
Because she knows she needs to have one for you?
I don't know why, though. Like, I don't drink Dr. Pepper. Like, I haven't been Dr. Pepper crazy since I was, like, the 8th grade.
Right.
And it's just never left. She's like, oh, my gosh, we don't have any Dr. Pepper. She keeps a case of Dr. Pepper out in the garage.
Aw, that's just so sweet.
And it's not open. Like, it just sits there because I don't ever go over there.
What happens when she does have a cold one? Are you
asks
forced
me,
to drink it?
Sometimes. It depends on what I'm doing, because if I'm in the other room, if I'm doing something in the other room, whether it be visiting with my grandfather or fixing something, I can hear it. She'll
pour it over ice.
Yup. In one of those like little like glasses that she had to have had from the Depression. I mean, like it. And if she gets them from the garage, they're so warm that it immediately like kills the ice.
Oh, that's the
and
worst.
now it's just watered down Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
And
it loses its carbonation because it's been poured and fizzed up and then deflated and
And it's always like, I drink it as fast as I can to get it over with.
That's when you need the sphere of ice.
Yeah.
I have seen those
Ice sphere
on like Instagram and stuff. Like, have you guys ever thought about actually buying one? They're like little.
We have 2 of them.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I got them for my whiskey drinking.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How does it work?
They're
is it
awesome.
Nice? Is it really?
They work. It takes like 12 hours to make one ice cube. And I've only got the 2 makers.
Sure.
So if you're like, you really got to plan ahead of time. If you're going to have some people over.
More than one.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's great because it lasts for 4 or 5 drinks, I feel like.
No, not if you put like sodas in it and stuff.
Like cold soda.
You're really only supposed to pour some whiskey and,
Right.
and sip it.
But it's nice because it melts slower, which means it doesn't water the drink down as
I've
much.
learned that on Bar Rescue. Have you guys ever watched that show?
Have not.
Yep.
I love
Seen
that
it.
show. It's a great show. But yeah, I learned that the actual balls are the ones that you use for like whiskey, scotch, like really anything that you drink neat, and then you use cubes for.
Yeah, you don't want to water it down,
right?
But you want it cold,
right?
I just saw a tip where for iced coffee make coffee ice cubes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Put
too.
that in your coffee.
Yeah,
and then it doesn't get watered down. That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, you just pour coffee into a little
I saw
ice
that
cube
on
tray.
Pinterest.
Oh, did you?
Months and months
ago.
Oh, you too.
Yeah, we were pinning it.
Well, Twitter just got it to me. So.
Oh well.
Now, are you active on Twitter? Last time I checked, like you had no tweets.
I don't tweet, but I do read my feed whoever's tweeting every day, though.
Right.
Multiple times a day.
Sure.
Like, that's the only thing I do on my phone. I never do Facebook.
Right.
But I will read the tweets all day.
Really? So what is it against Facebook? It's just people's lunches that you get tired of looking at?
Well, there's only so many people that put content on daily.
Right.
And most of them are people that I haven't spoken to in at least 6 years, if not more.
Did you make the mistake of just accepting every friend request that you got from everybody in high school that you went to?
No. No, I've kind of
you've ever
stopped
did
doing that. I've gotten some requests from people from like grade school that I don't recall having a relationship with them
whatsoever
at the time, and now
Right.
they want to be friends on Facebook. Probably
Right.
because you got all these everyone else from the school is whatever, but
right.
and then there's friends of their friends that want to be my friend. I don't even know who they are.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't. Can you explain that to me? Why are you friend requesting someone that you've never met?
Well, sometimes though they're like sales pitches people.
What do
That's
you
what
mean?
I found. Random people who sell. I can't think of like certain items, but kind of like how Tupperware or different things like that are just
okay.
by sale anyway.
Like people that use Facebook as a platform to
Yeah.
shop like Mary Kay shit.
Right. Very
Okay.
well said.
Yeah.
Just with random things that people try. They friend a lot of people because they want to expand their business. They want to advertise for themselves.
So then when they have a Mary Kay party, they can invite all of their friends with the click of a button. Then you get some invite that you have to join, decline, maybe, or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, that's probably it.
Maybe that's it. I like the ones where it's like this super hot girl wants to be your friend, and then you look at their profile, and they have like no friends
Yeah.
and no content. It's
Yeah.
just like
It's like a fake. Well, I mean, I think that's a lot to do with like, when you can go buy followers or whatever. I think people just all day set up just bogus Facebook accounts and then sell them their likes or their whatever to businesses around the world. But speaking of Facebook, did you guys hear that Verizon is going to buy AOL? Mm-hmm. $4.4 billion. Verizon is going to take over AOL.
how was AOL worth 100,000?
I didn't know
I
AOL was
don't-
still in existence.
It
yeah.
is. I still got the Seven Rivers at
Yeah.
AOL email address.
A lot of
but-
people still have that old email account.
Yeah, I have no idea what AOL, how it's worth $4.4 billion.
It's a website and it's email addresses.
right. I don't get it, but it does scare me that Verizon would pay that much because Verizon is kind of a big deal.
They're pretty.
Well, they have to have a reason for it.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
What are
Like,
they going to use AOL for?
Well, doesn't AOL belong to Disney?
They were Time Warner.
Or Time Warner. Okay. Okay.
And what do they do? What are they going to do with AOL?
Well, Verizon then is planning on going after Facebook and Google. So they want to absorb AOL, Facebook, and Google.
Oh, you can't absorb
Verizon.
Google.
I don't know. How much do you think Google is worth? Jesus Christ. Each
Oh,
share is like $850.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but Verizon's big enough. If they keep absorbing, like...
I don't know. I don't know if they're big enough to
Does
buy.
Verizon scare any of you?
No.
Because they scared me because when we went out to New York, I had never heard of them. Except they were on every payphone in fucking New Brunswick, New Jersey.
Well, they were the phone service over there instead of AT&T.
Right, but then like we moved back, and all of a sudden it felt like a tidal wave of Verizon just started taking over the world.
Well, their wireless did because
Okay.
they owned all the infrastructure. Just like Comcast owns all of the fiber optics in the country, and they're the mega giant that
Okay.
you can't compete with unless you build your own.
And I think that's the frustrating part. I don't know if they scare me, but like Comcast, I get really frustrated when dealing with them.
Well, have you seen this new company, ITV3
Yeah.
or whatever?
Yeah.
They're out and about in the Peoria area.
Yeah, they're putting in their own fiber optics.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, so far they're in the outskirts.
Well, I've actually seen them driving around here, and they're actually hiring installers in Peoria.
Yeah, they're trying to do the whole city, but
Okay.
I mean, I ran into one of the truck guys like when I was out on a job when I was painting houses like 3 years ago, and it was way out like towards Morton. And I asked him, I was like, when are you guys going to be in Peoria? He's like, it'll be a while, man. We're real small right now.
Yeah.
So, but they've gotten to Peoria now. So
They're out by my work. We could have them, but my boss didn't want to go with someone new.
Yeah, I could see that. It'd be a little bit scary
for business.
Yeah,
at least until
especially when you depend on it for
right.
everything.
Yeah. Sure.
Until they acquire a solid reputation.
Yeah.
Like a solid reputation, like Comcast of drilling you every fucking month.
You know how something, when it's around long enough, you know that you can rely on it and depend on it.
But it's so expensive. It is so expensive. I'm with you guys. Like, I don't think I'll ever go back to cable television.
Yeah.
I don't see the need for it. Mm-mm. I mean, I'm gonna have to get your emails and your passwords to log into your Netflix and your Hulu, but
HBO
and stuff like that. But I did see a preview for the Kurt Cobain HBO special that you were telling me about. Looks interesting. Looks really good.
It's supposed to be awesome.
You know what? I can't remember what it's called.
The Montage of Heck, and I don't get that title.
I don't either.
I don't understand it. Maybe they'll explain it, but Montage of Heck.
Sounds a little dopey.
I didn't realize that was the title.
Yeah, Kurt Cobain, Montage of Heck.
We'll have to watch it. Did you guys have anything else that you guys wanted to touch upon this week?
No. I'm sorry. I apologize to you. I know you've been on my phone. I've just had a...
Is that an iPhone?
Work stuff. Yeah.
That is an iPhone.
iPhone
that
6.
case looks different.
No, it's the same one.
It kind of makes it look like a Galaxy almost. I don't know.
It's not.
But
Till I do that.
I think it makes it look like a phone from 1980.
yeah, a little bit. Like from Tron.
Yeah.
Well, it works.
Yeah.
I actually get compliments on this case.
Yeah.
I bought it because it was literally one of the last ones on the shelf. And I needed a case because if I did not trust myself to take my phone out of the house without a case.
I stood in line for the iPhone. I get the iPhone.
Sure.
The one that she wanted. I get the one I wanted. I bring it home. She doesn't use it for like 3 days because she doesn't have a case for it. Just sits on the kitchen table. And she'll go over and poke it, see what calls she got or whatever, and then that's it.
I didn't even want to pick it up off the table.
It doesn't leave the house. It doesn't.
So finally, I was like, I just need to suck it up and go buy a case. So of course, I go, and the shelves were wiped clean. Yeah. First, I tried the kiosks in the mall, and nothing because the phone was so new. They didn't have any for that phone. So.
Or if they did, they'd probably be like $45 at a kiosk in the mall.
Right.
I was specifically looking for an OtterBox because that's how heavy duty I wanted it.
Wow.
But they did have a couple actually, but they were like, you know, your Hello Kitty ones and stuff like that I didn't really want. Right. But so I was like, well, okay, Best Buy would have to have it because it's Best Buy, and I didn't want to waste any more time.
Oh yeah, you got to go to the Giant.
You went to Best Buy.
So I went to Best Buy, and they were wiped clean. Wow. They were just empty racks of them, and so of the ones that were left, this was the best I could buy. $30 piece of plastic.
Wow!
But hey, it protects my phone. Yeah. And since then, I haven't really taken the time to find another case, so I figure I'll just keep using this one for now.
Oh, yeah.
Spec.
How does that make you feel that she shopped at Best Buy?
Whatever. Yeah. I've been there a couple times.
I bet you can't wait until that place closes, because you know it's coming down the pike. They can't.
Oh, no, they can't stay open.
No, they just can't. They don't have anything. I don't think they have any overhead on their Apple products. I think they pay what we pay.
Yeah.
Because they can't mark them up anymore.
Right.
And they're starting, I thought it was always weird that they sold dishwashers. And like appliances, yeah. At a Best Buy. But now there's just nothing there. Like everything is so digital with movies, music. There's nothing in that store.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the whole center of the store used to be all the media.
Right.
Which was what they were great. They were like a great record store.
Sure.
Because they had so many obscure CDs. I used to love browsing
Sure.
And now it's like one aisle of CDs.
Right.
Because what's the point? Nobody, who's buying? I was at Walgreens the other day checking out, And I look over at the impulse buy cart,
Mm-hmm.
and there's all these DVDs.